Hello.
Get out of here, Doc. We're not ready for you fucking yet. I want to hear the song again. Ding, 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 ding. Hulk Hogan, we still love you. Fuck the haters. Anybody who's got something negative to say about Hulk Hogan, you got no place calling yourself a wrestling fan. Suck every inch of my unmentionables. Welcome to another episode of Ghosted. Hey, look at you, Doug. Look, you got that Ghoul Girl graphic set up right next to you. Real convincing.
Yeah. It's very
Really
lifelike. It's very.
See, I'm still flashing in and out like a fucking rookie.
What?
God damn it.
What the hell happened? It just moved.
What did?
It just. Oh shit! It's coming alive out of the screen.
There, that was for a reel. Do the old screaming bit. Hi, Ghost Girl. Nice to see you again. Gonna give us some of that lovely singing voice tonight? That melt Uncle Rob's heart. Thank you, darling. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and do our part 2 of the Woman in White show today. The last week was fucking awesome. Hell of a good time. So we're going to just go ahead and give it another go. And guys, if you got anything you want to chat on over to us, go ahead and do that. But hey, we got somebody new on the team. A third person was stupid enough to say, yeah, I'll go work with Rob.
Hey, what do you mean? Never mind.
What? Hey?
Never mind.
Executive producer, Mr. Sean Young.
What's going on?
What's up, buddy? See, he likes to do the whole scary look in the background, too. We don't all have actual ghouls we can have sit right next to us, though.
Got a few in my closet.
Oh, I bet you got a few things in your closet. Shh. We should put you under hypnosis. See what kind of bones come flying out your mouth from those skeletons.
Or bones go flowing in my mouth.
Now it's a party. Welcome to Ghosted Sean. Goddamn, he's really taking over executive responsibility for both Ghosted and Wrestle Shoot, with more to come. And of course, he's got his own projects he brings right here to the Anti-Social Network. Sean, give us a rundown of what you be doing, baby.
Oh, so I am the host of Sitting with Sean podcast under the umbrella. I have a show called Recover Out Loud where I talk about addiction and mental health disorder recovery. I interview people that are in the field of mental health recovery and substance abuse recovery, as well as people that are suffering from said disorders. I have a new show coming up too. It's going to follow along the parameters of this show. It's going to be called Beyond the Veil. And what it is I'm going to be interviewing people that are in the field of the paranormal or the supernatural. And I'm going to get their take on what's happening in the world of the supernatural, paranormal. And we're just going to have a good old time.
That's awesome. How we do shit around the Anti-Social Network. If it works, if it doesn't work, if we're having fun, it's working for somebody, right?
Yeah. Damn right. Damn straight.
Well, I was hoping to have the same guest we had, but old Chris Casanova wussed out of the whole thing. So let's go ahead and replace him with somebody. What?
Was he afraid of her?
God damn it, I got nothing funny for that. Bummer. What's up, dude? Thanks for joining us today.
Hello.
Anyway, Chris Casanova powdered out, so we replaced him with somebody slightly more attractive because let's admit it, that Chris is pretty. And that's going to be the DOC and his lovely little misbehaving. What's up, folks?
Hello. Chilling, man. How are you guys?
You guys were all getting ready to get cuddly and start smooching right when I brought you on.
It's only because no.
We already were.
We already were. We take care of the play before the business, babe. But right now, all I'm worried about is Saints action right now. You're kind of cutting into my Saints game, but I'm here for y'all. So if you hear a touchdown go on and I kind of go crazy, It's because it's who dat time, baby. It's who dat time.
Who dat?
They're probably
Who
not,
dat?
they're probably not going to score again, so we won't have to worry about it. We're good.
Matt, I love some of you, some of those regional football attitudes. You got the who dat, and then down in Georgia, you got the go dogs. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I love it. The Steelers, we just go, here we go, Steelers.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And the
Try to get
Commanders,
all the- Oh,
the
I'm sorry.
Commanders, we go. We're sorry.
I was just about to say that about our Chicago Bears, actually. We really want to keep a rooting for them, but they're absolutely pathetic. So, we kind of keep them like the redheaded stepchild, no pun intended, because I am the
It's
redhead.
kind of like the 49ers. Like, hey, remember how good we used to be? Come on, stick with us, guys. What you
Yeah.
mean?
85,
We'll get
86
back to-
is what we remember. All right, back to the Ghostly.
Oh, this isn't a sports show? Shit. I keep getting confused where we're at.
No.
Sean, you're supposed to keep me on track here, goddammit.
We're going to save
Hey,
that
we're-
for Wednesday, right?
We're having good conversation right now. Okay.
It's always good conversation when we're all together.
That's right. It's like one big, weird, dysfunctional reunion
Yes.
That's what defines
that we do all the goddamn time. Soon enough, we're going to go down to New Orleans and we're going to do something real fun.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'll be there on November 5th for Chicago at Saints, baby. So come join us. We're going to have a hell of a time. And I could show you all the spots that all these ghostly tales actually come from. That would be cool as hell.
Shit.
I want to go to Mary Laveau's tomb.
We were there. That's where
We have pictures.
Isn't that where the girl?
That's
Which
where you
cemetery was the ghost girl?
Ghost Girl is in St. Louis.
That
It
is St. Louis. That is the same
Marie
one.
Laveau's
Yeah.
tomb.
That's where that picture I
So-
sent you earlier was.
Hold
from.
on, though.
There,
So that
but she's
picture,
right there.
that
The ghoul girl.
She's right
I'm
there.
glad I'm not by myself, though. Thank you that I'm not the only one amongst all these sausages. So the pictures that were sent to you,
Good
Rob,
time for you.
that actually was taken in St. Louis Cemetery number 2, where Nicolas Cage ended up renovating so he can have that last spot that was it wasn't really for sale. It was Nicolas Cage, and he gave so much money to New Orleans that they let him purchase
By the
that.
last spot.
Unfortunately, when that renovation was happening for his site, the workers ended up desecrating a lot of the tombs, and New Orleans was not happy. And Nicolas Cage got in a lot of trouble, but he ended up forking out tons of money to make sure that the whole cemetery ended up being taken care of. And while we were there, we took those shots, and sure enough, there was a lot of activity that day that we went.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was crazy.
It was pretty crazy.
But as everybody thinks that Marie Laveau, it's good. 6-3, baby. I'm sorry. Anyway, as everybody thinks that Marie Laveau is in that tombstone, there was some controversy back when she went there with her lover. The families did not want them together. So they actually replaced her, like they moved her. So everybody knows the typical site that she is there, but actually that is not her resting place.
Good to know.
So they
I
said.
completely
So they
dropped
say,
the ball
yes.
earlier. And I didn't download those photos you sent me, but I'm doing that now so we can put them up on screen. You guys just talk amongst yourselves.
So Sean, I gotta say your beard's on point, bro.
Thank
like
you. I've been growing
I
up
like
for
your beard.
almost
I feel like
4
all
years.
this flirting amongst each other, like maybe us females shouldn't be around.
I've been
I'll
growing
save
it
it
for
for
4
another
years.
time, Rob, if we need to, explain myself.
Hey, Rob's my bitch.
That's what I keep hearing. Stay
Oh,
off my Kool-Aid, Rob.
When did I suddenly become a bitch?
Yeah.
I think he
Everybody's
means it
rich when
loosely.
comes to DOC.
Well,
Doug, fuck yourself.
Have you seen?
He's
Have you
got
seen
DOC to
Deliverance?
do it now.
Yeah.
That's his daughter.
Big
My
Evil
beard.
says, "I wish my beard would get that long." I've said that about
Yeah,
other
me
things
too.
about myself.
Me too.
That's it for mine.
All
Usually-
right. Sorry I wasn't on point with that, but I did download those 2 photos and we're going to go ahead and share them. And you guys go ahead and give us a rundown of what this is before we go back to the woman in white.
So DOC is
So what are
going
we
to go
looking
ahead
at
and
here?
do that since he's the one that took the picture.
So if you look center of the page, it kind of looks like that's a statue, but if you're able to zoom in on it, you could see that there's a wrought iron fence. You could see it right to the right of her. The fence goes all the way through, and you could see actually through that figure. And there was construction workers over. You can see the framing that they're putting up. They're doing, I don't know what they're building, but they're building something over there.
that
and it
was
was
when
like
Nick's Cage had to pay for all that.
it was like she was just sitting there watching. I've never shared these publicly. I think I may have shared it on Facebook once, but I hate putting it on the computer. It's my picture. I took it. You know what I mean? I feel
right.
because I got it because I walked around the corner. We were on a tour, and I walked around the corner, and something I remembered that they said ghosts like to watch people working and doing different. You know, they're curious or whatever. However, so I stepped back and I fired that picture off, and after we were done, I started to go through the pictures and saw that, and I was like, "That is absolutely insane."
That was just one out of many.
Yeah, I couldn't believe I caught that one. That was there's
All right,
nothing
well,
else.
let's go ahead and throw up the second one you shared, and you can tell us what's happening here.
So a lot of people in the center of the screen, a lot of the people say that it looks like there's a figure sitting there with their legs crossed and their hands in their lap. And if you zoom in on it, it's another thing that you could see right past. And it's sure the face sure looks like it's got dark eyes. Like you could see the facial features and stuff.
Are you talking about over by the dumpster towards the right in the middle?
Yeah, like he's leaning up against that. I don't know if you'd say. I think it's Actually, I think it's a sarcophagus that they were leaning up against. Pretty sure that's the graveyard still,
Yes,
right? With all
yes, we're
this,
still in the
we're
graveyard.
still in the graveyard with this one.
Now, see what that looks like to me is a headstone with sandbags around it. Now, if you look to the very right of that, I would say there appears to be a dwarf standing sideways, wearing a white shirt, black pants, with a beard, looking down at.
Yeah, and that's
So
why
it would
I
be looking like me.
yeah. I always kind of I like to ask people when I put them up. You know, like I know it's only an hour show, but I like to say, you know, what do you see? Like I did when I send them to you. I'm like, you tell me what you think you see in the picture. You know. And
some reason my vision's seeing almost like a skeleton sitting there, like the top is a skull, and then rib cage.
Okay,
and
I can see that.
bones,
Yep,
kind of. Yeah, it's definitely pretty weird.
like a Halloween store skeleton, though.
Yeah.
I promise you, it wasn't though.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Right.
But yeah,
You guys are frauds. You dare to come up on our honorable, goddamn stupid comedy ghost show and bring fraud?
I couldn't even turn this computer on, let alone doctor a picture. we can't even make flyers by ourselves on the computer.
Yeah,
So.
no, we are not technically savvy, much less everything we do is real.
I was trying to find the one of the girl in the Myrtles. That was another full apparition of the lady that they say they see, one of the servants that were in the house.
So did you send a third picture?
No, just those two.
So along with that,
Hang on, Big Evil, give us a little typed up description of what weird things used to happen to you in the chat. Continue, please.
So in that tour, as we were going, we were passing through just the corridor. And of course, if anybody's ever been to St. Louis Cemetery, they are dilapidated. You could see inside of them. They are extremely dark, extremely creepy, but extremely emotional all at the same time, where you want to know more. Well, Danny was walking through and he put his phone inside one and snapped off a picture. And when he did snap it, we didn't notice it at first, but later on,
I snapped two. One was the inside of the sarcophagus, and the second one was, it looked like a bright red. The whole screen's red, and there's like a little bit, kind of looked like a weird sunset, but it was the same spot. I just fired off two pictures, and the second one was all completely red.
The first one was like a perfect, like what you would think it would look like. The second one immediately ended up, when we saw it, it just gave you the creeps. Like, oh my weird. God, what? Why is that different? The lighting was all the same. It was daylight outside, but as the first one, you could see the dark background of taking that picture. And it was 1, 2, you know, when you put your finger on the button, it snaps off until you let it go. And that's how it was. So the first time it was like somebody was allowing or not allowing it, maybe like, holy shit, am I going to allow this? And then the second one was the warning sign. At least that's how I felt. I work on energy, just in my everyday life, of if something's off, it's
definitely creepy. They're all around.
Yeah. It's the most amazing feeling if you actually can feel those extra senses, for sure.
So Big Evil responds and says, me and a friend were playing video games out in the backyard in a tent, and all of a sudden heard a heavy breathing and shut our game system off and couldn't see anything. Just heard a lot of heavy breathing outside of the tent.
Huh. All right.
Damn.
Well, what's your take on that, Google? Is that right?
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Wait, hang on. Quiet. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her. Please continue.
That was me.
Oh, but like, how did you get there? You just. Why is it so goddamn hard to interview a ghoul? Whoops.
As I feel like I agree with her, though, because the minute she responded, I got the goosebumps that naturally when spirits are around you, you're going to feel those senses and it's going to give you the goosebumps. And if it's just something in the air and like nothing to pay attention to, you're probably not even going to pay attention to it. But if it made you turn off your system and actually turn off your game, it must have been serious enough to you to actually turn off your game, because most gamers don't turn off their game for anything, especially
it shut off. The game shut off on him.
That's even more. Yeah, I didn't understand that.
I say it was probably Herbert the pervert.
What's that, Doug? What you got, Doug?
Oh no, just when I read that the heavy breathing, it reminded me that I still have to tell another story from the house.
Yes. Can I real quick just give an idea of what I think happened here before you tell your story? Big Evil, a very strong possibility of what happened was you had yourself I'll say you had yourself an extension cord, right, to power it in, and somebody flipped the switch and you went all wee girl man about it. I'm just kidding.
Gamer do that.
Anybody named Big Evil, I'm not trying to piss off too bad.
So Big Evil's a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, and he lives out in Utah, and some weird shit out in Utah happens.
Yeah.
That's because it's Utah.
Yeah.
Very spiritual.
So, what was your thing, Doug?
Well, it's a little lengthy. I don't know if we want to do it on this Woman in White Part 2 episode.
All right, good. Shut up then. Moving on.
I'll just say I still got to share it because it's kind of a humdinger.
Doug, I'm on that waiting list with you. I got lots of stories, baby.
We should do a scary story episode.
Yes.
Did we do that once? It went over real well.
I have a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do
we've
that
done it.
again.
Oh, it's always fun.
Yeah.
We'll call it
Once you actually find your once your senses of that extra come to life, not many people can feel it because they're closed-minded and like don't want to, see it. I didn't. He was more sensitive than I was for a long time. Unfortunately, something traumatic ended up happening, and I have my own story of how I ended up seeing my electrical grid of all the extras. And once you see it, you feel it all the time. If it's not real, it's not there, but the goosebumps, the
All right, then,
emotional
producer
stuff.
Sean, we're going to do the ghosted, super happy, wasted, fun time fucko hour. Set it up, man. Set it up.
All right, I'm right
I'm
on
on
it.
Super happy with.
Super
All right,
happy.
we left
Super
off last week
bucko
doing the
episode.
We're legal in Illinois, so I'm smoking and partying for you. All right, super happy.
I'll be the
Legal in
DD. I'm
Florida,
driving
too.
the sober ship.
Yeah.
That's kind of him sometimes.
Most of the time.
All
Most of
right.
the
So, shall we move on to Lady in White?
Yes.
Yes.
Cut it out.
Yeah.
My fucked up camera. I didn't get to do my Dave Goulet. Cut it out.
That's funny.
So yeah,
All
we
right,
left
so I
off
gotta-
last week watching Lady in White videos, and I know there was a few that Doug wanted to still jump on into that we didn't have time for. So
Yeah, there's just a couple here. I think this one is really, really short. It's called the Fox 10 Phoenix Trucker Cam. So we're doing this
what
the
happens
old
on
way.
trucker cams?
I know, Big Marge. Marge.
oh my god, it's an arrow.
Right
Nope,
there.
nope, right there. It looks like somebody
Oh
walking.
my
for
god,
sure.
it was a little deer.
Little kid.
Are you telling me Fox put that on TV as evidence?
Wow.
Some local Phoenix station.
Oh. Okay, so they're like a wrestling promotion that just buys the name NWA, but they were
Yeah.
doing shit. Gotcha.
Right, right.
NWA.
All right.
baby.
Easy.
So-
To me, it looked like a deer.
It kind of look. It looked like a person to me, but they're kind of look like being tennis shoes or maybe shorts. Like it could have just been.
And I'll be honest, I was taken aback by the arrow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It looked like,
Well, the
it looked
arrow
like a
was
little
pointing
kid.
away.
I thought it was a little
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I've seen that. It made its rounds on Nuke's top 5, so it gained some kind of traction to get on Nuke's top 5.
Dude, anything can. I mean, I love Nuke and I love his production quality and how much fun he makes it. But I've seen piles of horse shit on
Oh,
Nuke's
yeah.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
So Nuke just takes what he can get to fill up his 30 minutes.
Very true.
Right.
What is
Those
what is
girls.
Goop?
Do
what
you
is-
watch
yeah.
Nuke's top 5? Cool girl.
Yes.
Good.
That was definitive.
That was very definitive. That's abnormal.
You
So-
don't get that out of her that much.
I
You
think
know,
it was
it's usually
bullshit.
just frantic screaming in your face. So
I mean, ever since she was this big, it's been like that, right? So
yeah.
now she's a ghoul. Why would it change?
Right.
That's funny.
Oh. Okay. So up next.
Well, hang
We
on. We got to
have-
get a consensus on this.
Oh,
See, Sean, now I don't know if you have watched very many episodes before jumping on board, but we watch it, we conversate about it a little bit, and we decide if we feel like maybe it's legit or if it's a bunch of bull fucking sugar. And I
Well,
think it's bull sugar.
I think it's legit because if you're traveling at a high rate of speed, you're not going to see a full figure. You're going to see just a small amount of what's on the road, and it looks like a decent quality camera. So I think it picked up what it was supposed to.
Can we play that again? Would you just like to divert your guys to look for a set of glowing eyes? If you didn't see that, I'll pull back my bullshit and I'll rethink it.
Wait,
Okay.
if it's in Phoenix, then I mean Arizona, they got skinwalkers too.
All right, I'll play it again.
Nice. Well done, Sean.
All right, I paused it.
Does that not look like some kind of a coyote or a small deer with eyes in the front?
I don't.
I don't see the eyes.
I see an
No.
upright figure.
Yeah, but if you also
I
look,
see
it's
pants and
transparent.
a shirt.
It's transparent because you can see the lines
right through it.
So
Yeah,
also, I'm not.
Oh, you can see through it.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought you could see through it the first time that you played it. Now, my question is, because my eyesight is bad, where that pin light is anybody seeing it as if it was being approached at, or if it started in the
This one?
center? Yes.
Yeah.
Did it start
on
in
the
the
side.
center?
Yeah, it was on the side.
Like,
Oh,
you
center
know,
of the road.
yeah, like not in the center of the road,
in the
but
right lane.
in the right lane, but where the pin light, where that street light is, or the headlight up there, did we see it actually
No, that-
all the way from the beginning? No, it approached halfway through.
It's there, right there. No, it's still there.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
there. I
kinda-
can see it.
Is
So you're
it?
goes
saying
into
that
the
there'd be like a
darkness.
flare on the
Yeah,
lens or
as
something.
if
It
it
comes
was
out
a
of the
flare on the
darkness.
lens.
Yeah, that's.
I say it's an
definitely-
animal.
Well, it
It
doesn't
could
have
be.
a
So-
It's
definitive
just the way you
color
could
though.
s-
But
You
it's
can see
interesting that
through
you
it.
can
Hold
see
on.
the line through it.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's
But
You don't think
now-
that's just a video trick going fast at night using headlights as your only lighting?
possibly. I mean,
So-
I don't know. I don't know if that would happen or not. On one
So
of those.
just yesterday, when I was taking my sunset picture, we were driving on the highway, and as I went back, I was seeing regular pictures, but the clouds ended up, there was like black splotches that were going through these pictures because of the speed that we were going on the highway. So because that just happened to one of my regular pictures, and a lot of them, I'm thinking that because of the speed, it could have been also just the speed of, and it could be an animal. That's my opinion.
It could be, but it's still with the line going through it is what's got me. I mean, it kind of looks like it could be a deer with its ass to you.
The thing that gets me is that the line is transparent from this angle, and as we, further slow down the video, it's transparent throughout. Or
The whole
the
time.
line is visible through the whole thing.
Yeah, that's
It's
the only
just
thing.
like
that
the
makes me
fence
question it.
post theory. When you drive by them real fast and you can't see them anymore, it's the same theory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Very true.
it could
I
be.
say bullshit. That's me. It's an animal.
I'm on the fence.
I am
On the
too.
fence, all right.
I'm fenced.
Yeah,
I am on the fence too, because you can't see through it, but because
So
it
if
just
you're
happened-
all on the fence and I say bullshit, that means bullshit wins, right?
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Because we're
Is that
undecided.
okay? What do you think,
no
Ghoul
contest, I feel.
My friend, that's my friend.
Oh,
I'm
she
sorry.
says it's
Of course
friend,
it
so-
is.
Oh, that
What's
that
your
settles
friend's
it.
name?
Michael.
Michael. Okay.
That's funny. We
maybe-
must have some kind of a psychic bond because I thought for sure she was going to say Mike.
yeah, that's fine.
Maybe
She
we
put
could
that
get a
in
hold
your
of
head.
Mike and have him explain it to us.
Yeah, get a hold of Mike, Ghoul Girl.
Tell
I mean,
him,
the whole
tell him
time,
Rob's
the
calling
whole
bullshit
goddamn time
on him.
she had the answer.
Yeah, She said, "Tell him Rob's calling bullshit on him."
I ain't fucking with Google. She was hard enough to handle when she was still in diapers. I can't even imagine now.
I can't
Still in
imagine
diapers.
those diapers. Ew, I couldn't even imagine those diapers.
Oh my
Still
God,
in
she
diapers.
was such the cutest little baby.
Oh.
She was such the cutest little squeezable baby.
The cutest little
Yes.
babies have some really bad diapers, and I
Yeah.
couldn't even imagine as bad as hers could be.
She would say, juice, peace, juice. Aw. And now she's turned into a Google girl.
Yeah.
Misbehaving used
Yeah.
to say apple oos. I want oos.
You see,
All right, moving on. That got weird.
Okay.
My bad.
You're mad. All right. So this next clip, this is another news clip from Texas. And some guy caught something on his home security camera.
Nothing good comes from Texas.
Nothing.
Sorry, Texas. I'm just kidding.
Stop lying.
Robin Searcy only opens his gate when he needs to, closing it right back to keep his dogs in. He says an unexpected overnight visitor left it cracked.
So I wake up in the morning, I usually check because there's a notification, right, for the security software.
His camera in the front of his house caught these.
The one coming in was at 1:58 a.m. The one going out was just a couple minutes later. It was at 2. I didn't know what to make of it.
What looks like a young girl wandered his property.
She came all up to the door because I have a storm door, a screen door. It was open.
Searcy says he doesn't recognize the person in the photos from his neighborhood. I asked a few of his neighbors if they did.
and
They didn't.
There you go.
what happened?
She looks cold, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Jayla Washington, KXAN News.
That was fucking stupid.
I really feel bad for Texas news. That's horrible if that's what you got for an anchor woman.
And they didn't.
Yeah. And they didn't.
I know who that was. Christ, I recognized her right off the bat. She's sitting right next to you. She was just wearing a blonde wig. That was you, right?
Did you take a trip to Texas? Oh, damn it. I told you not to go out of state. Okay. It becomes a federal issue when you go out of state.
Oh,
So-
God. You better get out the old ghoul strap. Tune her up.
Yeah. So what I thought was interesting, because that's actually the one that made me think what I said last week, which was if these women in white sometimes are so solid and like they look like just a person that someone would let into their car, present company accepted, they would. It's like if we caught an actual legit woman in white, we might think bullshit because it just looks like a person on camera.
Yeah, a woman in a
So-
dress.
Yeah, so I thought that's interesting. I mean, he locks his gate, and then it's 2 a.m. If that's all legit, it's kind of weird that she would be wandering around the middle of the night. An actual living, breathing human being would doing that, but
Well, Doug, if I could be perfectly frank with you, I take great offense to you shaming Ghoul Girl that nobody would pick her up. Honey, if I saw you walking down the street, I'd pick you up. And I'd say,
probably
little
be the
girl, what
first
are you
one.
doing here? I'm taking you home to your daddy.
I'm probably just telling you I'm taking you home.
That's right. I'm taking you home to I know right where you live.
All seriousness, though, that girl that was standing in the yard, the one thought I just kept going through my mind was, have you not seen a fucking horror movie like with demonic possession? That's exactly what it looked like.
Or could it just be that you're sleepwalking?
Yeah, somebody says Boone says sleepwalking.
yeah.
Very well.
But
Could
if
have
he
been
does lock up his
sleepwalking.
yard like that, would a sleepwalker be able to get past that? I don't know.
If what?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. If she
he
lives
locks it.
there. Hey, I mean, you saw how he got in and out. He went open, close, and walked away from it.
Right.
You're
But
a
I'm
sleepwalker,
assuming
you
maybe
know.
I'm giving him too much credit. I'm thinking like at night he chains it up or something, but maybe not.
Or
maybe I'm
maybe
just
it was
inferring.
just his wife outside meeting some dude to get ready to shag down, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm gonna film it."
And they just kicked the kid out of the car so they could get busy. And the kid just
Oh my
had
God.
to, I mean, who
And
knows?
Boone says yes. People that sleepwalk can open doors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, was he
Okay.
saying sleepwalkers or women in white?
I was a sleepwalker when I was a child, and I would go into the kitchen and pull all the pots and pans out of the bottom of the cabinet, and then I would go into the cabinet, and that's where I would end up sleeping. I would go into the pantry and just grab the bottle of vinegar, and at that time they were bottles, glass bottles, and I
Right.
would break vinegar bottles on a weekly occasion. And then
Oh,
the
geez.
cabinets on other occasions. It lasted for about 2 years, my mom said. I don't remember any of it. I just remember always getting bitched at when I woke up in the morning of, hey, what's going on with you? Clean up your mess. And, but yes, I was found in many of just so sleepwalkers can do many things. Don't wake
Google
them up.
Girl, Google Girl is the epitome of sleepwalker.
Yeah.
She's a
just,
sleep
going on the
paralysis
vinegar.
demon.
I share a little story about what happened to my brain when I was young, out playing in the neighborhood with the local lads, out having a jolly time. And it was California, so Sacramento, middle of summer, dug about 110.
Oh God,
Run
yes.
back inside the house, and mom was cooking, and she had a mason jar with clear vinegar in it. And I was parched. I grabbed that sumbitch thinking it was
Oh.
water. Got about halfway through an entire mason jar before I figured out it was not water. And then my
Damn.
dad almost had to go to the hospital from laughing himself to death.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's
Wow.
amazing you can keep chugging on something and not even realize what you're chugging on until you actually taste it. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, but
Sorry
life
that
is
happened to
important.
you.
So creepy backyard girl, legit or bullshit?
Legit video, but it wasn't a woman in white.
I don't think
Yeah.
it was either.
Nah.
Well, learning about the more about sleepwalkers, I'm going to say bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've
We
ever
asked
been
everybody to see if anybody recognized her.
if you ever been out to Texas,
They
them
didn't.
ranches are
They
pretty
didn't.
sprawled out, and there's barbed wire fencing all in between all the yards out there. So the neighbors are pretty far apart from each other. It looked like the guy had a ranch to me, is how
Right.
that's what I kind of think that way. I'm like, well, it would be an awful. I don't know if you've ever walked to Texas barefooted. They got them little sticker things they call tickers or something, and it's like a tiny little cactus. A bush
prickers.
drops them off, and they're everywhere. And I couldn't imagine walking barefoot anywhere in Texas.
Well, maybe that's why it was a ghost. Maybe
Yeah.
they could have done
Could have
it.
been.
Yeah.
Could have been. I
Well,
think it
I
was
mean,
set up.
Google Girl already accepted the credit for that little incident.
Yeah.
I'm still saying bullshit, but at the end of the day, if that really was Google Girl, that's a bad Google Girl. Don't go to Texas. Nothing's good there for you.
Stay out of
But I'm-
Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
I am quite
New
impressed.
York, baby.
I'm not
Yeah.
even mad. I'm quite impressed. All right, guys, before we move on, I want
Yes.
to say that we are the Antisocial Network. We are building toward something bigger and better. And if you go up top there, right where Doug is, you see that support us little QR
Right next to
code.
that pretty face.
Yeah, you can screenshot it, take that QR code, and help us out, help push us in the right direction. So, thank you for all your support. And if you can't do that, commenting on the videos and interacting with us in these lives really work too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just like a
Right.
goddamn good executive producer should. Well done,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Because every time we leave Rob to his own devices, it gets screwed up. So, thank you.
I'm glad I can be here.
Moving
We
on.
need you, Rob.
All right. We have security cam appearance.
Ooh.
Bogus.
God, I want to see a Bitch jump on there and steal his bike.
He said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
Yeah, but so did she.
See, one thing I noticed, I scrutinized this video.
Oh shit!
And-
You know, I didn't see that first bit.
That's why.
Yeah, I scrutinized this video, and the jumper or the time ticker thing in the corner does not jump. I mean, I scrutinize this video, and oops, my bad.
That was pretty sick, actually.
Yeah. I mean, when I was clipping that, it's just real short. I didn't really have much to clip, but I just watched it, and I'm looking at the timer, and like looking at my peripheral at her appearing, and there's no jump. There's no jump, and it looks to me like
fog.
No, it looks to me like it's not it wasn't superimposed. Like it all blends with the quality, the pixelated quality of that video. It all matches from what I can see. So I kind of think this one's legit.
And the second time we watched it through, I noticed like what looked like a whole person standing there waiting for their friend to pull up. You saw the face of the figure. Actually looked like it showed fear or concern as it misted back. And the show of concern was like, oh.
Yeah, right. It's like head was down, and then once it noticed that the bike was there, it rose up.
I had kind of the look before.
Ghoul Girl, do you have superpowers?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
You're getting so much better at your communication too.
Trust me, yeah. She just randomly appears and disappears.
A better question.
Oh, it's big words for a ghoul.
Where's your favorite place to go?
Did she say I eat toast?
Toast.
Souls.
Where's your favorite place to go?
Cemeteries, graveyards.
What's your favorite cemetery?
Running Castle Diamond.
Castle Diamond. I didn't catch the first part.
That's the town she's from.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
It's home.
It's home. My home is St. Louis.
All right,
That's
so
awesome.
we are running down to that hour. It's looking like. Let's get one more off.
So I only have one left. It's a little lengthy. And have you ever heard of Tony Spera?
Yes.
Negative.
He was the son-in-law of Ed and Lorraine
Warren.
Yes, thank you. I was don't know why I was spacing out on the last name. He was the son-in-law. He's still married. Yeah. Yeah. And basically they took, from what I researched, they took him under his wing when he started dating their daughter in the 70s and learned all about their paranormal investigations. And he basically seems to run their whole estate and their museum and everything. Anyway, this is a video from his YouTube channel. I think it's just Ed and Lorraine Warren is what it's called. And he gives this whole big long monologue before showing a early 90s VHS camera capture in a graveyard that Ed Warren caught.
Should we consider holding off on that one? Because as much as you want to do the Lady in White, I want to do a Warren's heavy episode.
That's what I was thinking. That I put it in here, but I wanted to talk to you about that. So what better time than when we're live on the
right?
that's
how the pros do it right there.
And yes. Mr. Tony Spera is in charge of moving Annabelle in and out of the case. I've seen him do it. It's like nerve-wracking. They put on a full
yeah.
I've watched
Really?
the YouTube channel, and yes, when you watch it, knowing how legit they actually were, at least in my opinion. I mean, everybody has their opinion if it's real or
Mhm.
not, but again, it's either inside of you or
Oh,
not, and that
I want
always
him on
gives
the
me
show so
goosebumps.
bad.
So
We gotta
question.
get,
Go
we
ahead.
gotta get him. We gotta get him on the show.
Tony Sparrow. Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
thing I was gonna. Yeah, if we could, that would be a huge get.
Well, I have reached out to Tony Sparrow and Nesper to try and get him on Beyond the Veil, and if I can get him on Beyond the Veil.
That would be
Dude.
cool.
That would be
That
badass.
would
Dude,
be
this guy's gold.
so,
Go.
Make sure
yeah,
you
he
let
does.
us know so we can take part, not take part, but at least, yeah, I
Definitely
want to
check
see
it out.
that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's
Um,
gonna be running right before Ghosted, right?
Yep. That's gonna be
All
new
right. We're gonna be
every
rocking
Monday.
it.
That should be a
That's cool.
Halloween for sure. If you could do
Yeah.
that quick, that would be
That would be pretty
badass.
cool.
That would.
Yes.
Mhm.
Question: Is La Llorona considered Lady in White?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's from the research I did. She has a backstory, a tragic backstory, very similar to a lot of white lady legends and rumors and myths and stuff.
What do you mean,
And-
white ladies? Eh?
That's
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah, right.
Eh?
Like I said in my video, not for a racial reason. I felt I had to throw that in there.
Yeah,
So
I remember
but,
that.
I've been waiting to get you with busting out you for you being a racist for a minute now.
Everybody's
they,
got to care for anything could be racist nowadays. It all depends on who's hearing it.
I skinned my knee. What do you mean skinned?
Right?
yeah, right.
I was told I was racist because I had a beard. Like, come on.
It's the bald head.
It is. It really is. I look like
Yeah,
a
it
makes
skinhead
no
when I
sense.
Yeah,
shave
Well,
everything.
then you run around yelling "See Kyle" everywhere you go. It doesn't help.
Oh, that's it. That's a dead giveaway then, bro.
I told you that in confidence, Rob.
I'm just trying to help you, brother, because I love you.
Jesus
All right,
Christ.
look, let's take
Okay,
this
we'll hold
home.
off on that
We're
one.
overtime. Let's take it on home. We're going to
All
come
right.
back and do another Ghosted, of course, next Monday. We're going to do it each and every Monday. You could find Beyond the Veil over here on the Antisocial Network. You're going to find all kinds of cool shit to watch. Remember the principal cores of the network, where people are free to express their artistic expression and no fucking censorship. That's right, no censorship. And if you got a problem
Hell
with no
yeah.
censorship, fuck off.
Facts.
Right on.
Well said.
I can't do that at our family shows, so I'm glad I could do that here.
You can do anything you want to here. We do some crazy shit here. So, Sean, take us home. Let's get out of here. See you next week. Boom, boom.
See you
Why
next
are we
week.
still here?
Bye.
We're still here. Why are we